Okay, until now we learn about packages, right? So what is the packages? Why we need packages, right? So we need packages for uh, easy search, avoid name conflicts, and provide control access, right? Before go to programming, you can think it in Windows, right? In Windows, we have different folders, and we save our things, our files inside that folders, right? So let's say if you have two folders for movies and songs, and inside a movie folder, you can have three more folders: Sinhala, Tamil, English for Sinhala movies, Tamil movies, and English movies. The same way, you may have another three folders inside song folder like Sinhala, Tamil, English, right? Even though we use the same name, we have it in different places, right? We have like different arrangement, right? So the same way we can use packages in programming if we are working with a complex problem, right? Like here we have, if we are developing a program for University of Peradeniya, we can have a package called UOP, right? In order to create this package, I can go to the SRC folder and right click new. Then I have to select package. Okay. After click here, I can type my package name. Okay. So after I create UOP folder, UOP package, I can create two packages. I can create any number of packages inside this UOP package. Okay, I have created two packages, FOA and FOS. Okay, if I need to create another package, I can type, let's say, FOM here. Okay, now I have three packages, right? So inside this package, one package, I can create classes. Okay, so inside my FOA package, I have one class called student, right? So I can click on FOA, right click, new class. Then I can give the class name as usual. Okay, so here I have a student class. Okay, this student has three attributes: last name, initials, and age. Okay, as you can see, I have a word public before the data type of this variable, right? So we call that this is an access modifier. Okay, we are going to learn about this access modifiers in a few minutes. Okay, so then I have created a constructor. Then I have my main method, then main class, driver class. Okay, then here I have created a new student object. Okay, so here I have to have a last name. Okay, then initials, then age. Okay, so then I have to put semicolon. Okay, then if I need to print the last name of this student or full name of student, I can do as usual. Okay, so if I run this, my program is working correctly, right? So I have this student class, then I have my main class. In the side that main class, I have created a student object. Then I have print that name of the student. Okay, so is it clear until now? If you have any question, you can ask. Okay, is it clear until now? Nothing new. Okay, only different is we have a package, and I have created these two classes inside my FOA package, right? As you can see here, I can see the package, right? It's uop.foa. That means I have a package called uop, and inside that I have a new package called FOA. Okay, so this driver class is in FOA package. Okay, and as I said before, if you have any question, you can unmute and ask. Okay, I'm not answering any question in the chat. Okay, So here I have my student class. Okay. So as you learned last week, this class has three attributes. Okay. And we have the constructor. Okay. So when we are creating a student object in another class, I can create it like this. Class name, and we can give any name. Okay. Here I have given it as S1. So it's an student object. Then student object should have last name, initials, and age, right? Because we are creating objects using this constructor, right? So here I have the last name, initials, and the age, okay? And here, can you see, they are suggesting this last name, initials, and age, right? Those things you shouldn't type, okay? So those are coming from the idle, okay? So if you are using a Notepad++, you will see you cannot have this last name, initials, and age. Okay, so don't worry about this. Is the way you can create a new student. The object name, I am creating a student object. Then we can give any name. Let's say student. It's an student object. So, okay, so it's new student. Then here inside, what I should type is a last name, initials, and age. Okay, that's the only thing. Okay, see, when I start typing, they are suggesting that's the last name. Okay, so that's come from the idle. Okay, or IntelliJ. We are not typing that part. Okay, that's like something to make our lives easier. Okay, you don't have to type those things. Okay, let's say. So after a comma, I can put initials, okay? See, I am not typing this word, okay? It's automatically suggesting, okay? So, is it clear? Is it clear until now? Yes or no? Okay. No one is answering, right? Is it clear? Okay, I assume it's clear. Okay, then I have another package, right? Let's say FOS package, it's in the UOP package, but it's a separate package from FOA. Okay, so let's try to do the same thing in this FOS package. Okay, so we will create a new class. Okay, then here, since those are two packages, I can have a class with the same name. Okay, so this driver and this driver are different. Okay, so this driver is from this package and this driver class is from this package. Can you see? But I can't create a class with the same name inside the same package. Okay, see, I can't use the same name for two classes inside the same package. Okay, if I doesn't have any package, let's say I don't have any package. Okay, in that case, I can't create two classes in SRC folder with the same name. But since here I have two packages, I can have one driver class inside this FOA package, one driver class inside this FOS package. Okay, is it clear? Then I will do the same. Okay, so here I will create a student object. Can you see when I type student, it's importing the student class from FOA package. Okay, so I'm importing something from another package, right? Like previously we import some classes from inbuilt packages, right? In future you will learn we can import classes from inbuilt packages. Okay, so this student and FOA is a user defined package, right? We create that FOA package, right? But still we can import a class from that package. Okay, so I can say student1 equals new student. Then here, what I should give? A last name, initials, and the age, right? So I will give, okay, and here, I will give initials. Let's say, okay. Then I will give a age, okay. Then put a semicolon. Then if I print this here, now it should be student one dot last name. Okay, it should be inside the main method, right? Okay, I will put this to the main method. Okay, so here, if I run this, what will happen? As you can already see, I don't have any error, right? So this should work fine, right? See, it's working, right? So uh, even though this student and this driver is in two separate two packages, still I can import this student to my driver class in F4S package, right? So one thing is, uh, now we know, right, how to avoid name conflicts, right? We can have classes with same name in two different packages, right? Then I will show how to control the access. Okay, let's say this FOA package, I have this student class. Okay, but I don't like to give access to this student attributes from this driver class in FOS. Okay, in that case, we are controlling the access, right? So we have something called access modifiers. Okay, so here this public is an access modifier. Okay, so if I change this to public to another access modifier, okay, then let's see what will happen. Now it's not public. Okay, can you see? Now I can't access to the last name from another package, right? It's not like in the previous case, right? See, I'm getting an error, right? Because this last name is private. Okay, so here in F4A package, let's see what happened to F4A package. Driver class, still I can't access to last name. Okay, so in my student class, if I change this to another access modifier, okay, so this one is private. That's mean I can only use this last name inside my own class. Okay, so if I let's say public void print me. Okay, so here if I print the student name here, see, okay, so now I don't have any issue, right? So I can use this last name inside my own class, but I cannot use in it for another class. Okay, so here if I change this to another one, let's say protected, now I can use this inside the same package. Can you see? I can use this last name inside my driver class, but when it's come to package FOS, I can't still use. Okay, so that's the way we control the access. Okay, in that case, we need both access modifiers and packages. Okay, so is it clear? Okay, so in Java, we have access modifiers to access the attributes or methods. Okay, So it's like this, right? When it's come to bank, we have some access, like accessibilities, right? As customers, we can't access to the data in the bank, right? But we have access to our own passbook, right? But for a stranger, strangers cannot access to a bank details the same way they cannot access to our passbook, right? But when it comes to bank staff, they have access to more things than us, right? So when it comes to applications, when we developing applications, we have different type of accessibilities, right? So when if we talk about our LMS, instructors has access to all of your submissions, right? When you submit an assignment, we have access to all of your submissions, right? We can see your answers, but you only can see your own answer, right? You cannot see others answers, right? And we instructors can add new materials to the LMS, right? We have that access, but student doesn't, right? And when it's come to admin can add new instructors to the class LMS, right? But instructors can't add new instructors or students, right? Students can't add new users to the LMS, right? Can you see there are different type of accessibilities, right? So here in my student class, when it's a public, anyone can access, right? Anyone from this uh, program can access, right? Anyone from FOA. So when it's come to this example, okay, for this student class, okay, anyone from this FOA package can access, FOM package can access, right? So anyone can access, right? Here from FOA package, I can access to this student, right? But if I change the access modifiers to another modifier, the accessibility will change, right? If I change this to private, okay, other than the same class, no one can access, okay? So that's why we need this access modifiers, okay? Okay, I will give you 10 minutes to complete this, and you can try to change this to public, private, protected, and see what is happening, okay? Okay, I give you time to try that. Okay, so here actually we don't have so much things to learn. Okay, so it's just a concept, right? So in Java we have like four kind of access modifiers. Private, what is the default one? Default mean if we are like when we are defining a class or a um, class or like attribute, not class, attribute or a method. When we defining an attribute or a method, we have these access modifiers. Okay, so if we didn't have any access modifier, let's say here if we have string last name without public, a string initials without public, so we say that this is a default one. Okay, so we have four type of access modifiers: public, default, protected, and private. Okay, so private means if we have private attribute or a method. Okay, so that method or that an attribute visible to only to that class. Okay, we cannot use that attribute outside from the class. Okay, then if we have a default one, it's visible only within the package. Okay, so we cannot access to that is done from a another package. Okay, so protected means visible for the package and all subclasses. Okay, what is a subclass? Okay, you are going to learn that when you are learning inheritance. Okay, we have classes and we have subclasses. We say that we have parent classes and child classes. Okay, so in that case you are going to learn about subclasses in when you are learning inheritance. Okay, and public means visible to the world. That means from any class we can you access to a public variable. Okay, so here when it's come to accessibility, for instance in a class, when I say it can be a attribute or a method. Okay, so if it is a private, default, protected, or public, those can use within the class. Okay, but if it is private, we cannot use outside the class, right? So this is the accessibility. Okay, so for each modifier, access modifier, we have different accessibilities, right? And when it's come to like when we talk about classes, classes cannot be private or protected. Okay, so when I'm defining a class, either it should be default or public. Okay, but when I'm developing a method, it can be a private method, default method, protected method, or public method. For the constructors, and static or instance variable, those are the same. But when it's come to local variables, we are not defining like the accessibility, right? Because for a local variable can access only within the given method, right? So we define a variable inside a method, we call that is a local variable, right? So anyway we can only use that variable inside the method, right? Do you know this, right? In your C and Python courses, you learn this, right? You can only use a local variable inside the class, right? So here, if I have a class, sorry, method, right? Let's say I have a method, let's say public method. Okay. So here, if I define a local variable, that means if I define a variable inside my method, let's say int age equals 10. Okay. So I can only access to this age only within this method, right? So you know this from Python and C, right? So if I try to access to this age outside from the method, you will get an error, right? Sys out. If we have another method, I can print this age, right? Here, I will give another name, okay? Local age. Okay, so I can use this variable outside from the method, right? So it's a different thing, right? So anyway, local variables are accessible only within the method. Okay, so is it clear? Is it clear to everyone? The thing you have to learn from like the theory part or the things you need to know is this. Okay, so it's nothing much, but when it's come to like exercises, you have to like try some exercises in order to get the correct idea. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I have posted an assignment. Okay, so you have to go to the note and you have to try that assignment. You have to do that assignment and try things by yourself. Okay, because the things we have to teach is limited, but when it's come to like applications, you have to try it by yourself. Okay, it's something that we can't give. Okay, so I have posted the assignment and you know, right, this lab session is from 1 to 4, right? So you have time until 4. Okay,